Alright guys, so we're back. I really want you guys to watch all these videos and watch them in order. I'm going to go ahead and put a little amendment in there so that you guys know that. But if you're deciding on a Linux distribution, remember that you're only going to decide on one unless you want to run more than one to test them all out. You can do that. Um, Virtual machines like Oracle are pretty great for doing stuff like that. But we got Xubuntu installed, so we're going to fire that bad boy up. We're going to take a look at it and show you the features and discuss the pros and cons between Linux Mint and Xubuntu, which is really showing you the pros and cons between XFCE and Mate. Wait for it to boot up here. Again, these are running 512 megabytes of RAM, so this is showing you that Linux moves pretty quick. A different login. Instead of typing your name in, you can find them. You can just click them or create new ones here. I don't think you can create one right here, but also hidden characters can be in here. But there we are. We're the boss. We're going to log in. I like XFCE. It's fast. It's simple. At first, you might not notice the differences, but the reason I like Xubuntu and the XFCE desktop is that XFCE is very organized. We have our trash can, our file system, and our home folder, and then everything is based off up here. Instead of having to go into the up and then over here to have the information, it's here. We can move this any way we want, though. Got a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of the same programs are installed because most of those programs are pretty universal and a lot of people use them. You can change your settings. You can change all your stuff in here. There's a lot of good things we got. Software Center is just like the other. Linux Mint Software Center, though, it seems to me, is a little different than Ubuntu, Xubuntu, Xubuntu, all of the Ubuntu-based heavy hitters. Well, they used to be heavy hitters. Linux Mint has taken over pretty much. But I like Xubuntu in that I can see what I'm going through, and it runs the actual Ubuntu Software Center instead of its own little version of the Ubuntu Software Center. Now, Guake, I use Guake often. That's a terminal program. Don't know if you're going to be using that. But there are a lot of stuff in here that you can put in here. VLC. Does VLC come with this? Let's check. Multimedia. It doesn't come with VLC, so VLC is pretty good. That's what I'd say everyone in Linux uses to play their videos. But we're going to click VLC Media Player. It's going to show us, and it plays all these crazy types: videos, DVDs, VCDs, QuickTime. Also plays MKV files, which is important to me because I like my high quality, but I like them compressed. Alright, click Install here, and type in our password, and that'll go ahead and install. Another thing I like about Xubuntu is that XFCE, this desktop environment, will notify you when there's things that need to be downloaded. Now my little bang went away, but what that is, this is our connection manager. It's going to show us what we got going on. Networking, we can change anything we need in there. We've got volume, of course. Pretty simple. Turn that up. And you have an email client. Now, this is going to automatically log into everything. Once you log into Thunderbird, create all your settings just like you would with Microsoft Office, and you can set up your Pigeon, which is an instant messaging program for like 8 different instant messengers, so whichever ones you want. You can set it so that you're away, offline, available for all of those systems. So when you're on, you can check it. As well as we have our power modes, and we can set normal power modes, whatever we feel like. But Software Center is getting frustrated because it wants to finish being installed. VLC is installed. That's it. There's my little thing. Now what this is going to tell me is that there's a lot of updates. Look at there. There's one thing I like about Xubuntu is that the update is a little, it looks serious to me. It looks like it's important. Now the difference in Linux as far as Windows updates is, look, Linux is going to tell us exactly what we're updating. Not security update, but exactly what we're updating. Alright, account service. The bottom here is going to be the package that it's updating. So apt transport. Now I'm going to discuss apt later. That is very important. And the command line package manager. This is apt. This is the transport download, the utilities built inside of it. This is all important. The nice part about Linux is most stable distributions, you pretty much don't have to worry about what's going. There's a ton of updates here, 147 megs that are going to be downloaded, but realistically, we can say install updates. Now, I think a nice part about their installation manager in all the Ubuntu-based distributions is that a lot of people don't really understand what's happening. You're going to update, and you have no idea what's going on, and things are downloading, but Linux kind of forces you to use that. Now, all these little programs are going to download, and then once they install, the details is going to show an actual terminal and show what's happening. In Windows, you're still running information from terminal, which is command line interface, or CLI, but you don't see it. So I'm going to minimize that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this. We're going to move it to workspace 2. Something else you don't see in Windows. Alright, so we got our desktop back. Now, let's get a command on here. It should be accessories, terminal emulator. Now, terminal is that scary thing that people see and they think of Linux. Now, first of all, it's not even necessary anymore unless you're like me and you like to move quickly. Now, all the programs that are available are installed, but when I need to move quickly and I need to do something, I usually have my terminal open because my terminal can do everything I need to do quickly. Instead of navigating through my menu and looking under video in the start menu, if I need to run VLC, I can type VLC and VLC is open. This is something that's important to me. Now, these certain things, such as this, make it easier than running around. Now, you can run CVL. I haven't done that in a while. You can actually run it without an interface, using a dummy interface, but we don't need to do that. Anyway, terminal is a way to get information. Let's say that apt-get we were talking about. I'll teach about sudo later, but sudo apt-get install Skype. Oh, we're stuck in the program. Alright. Since it's doing the same thing over here pretty much, installing all these files, it's not going to let me use my apt-get, which I should have known. But the concept here is that apt-get is a package manager. Most Linux distributions are going to come not with their own package manager, but with a package manager that's recognized throughout the family of the distribution. In Ubuntu, apt-get is the big one. Now, apt-get has a couple of different commands. Install is the one you'll use most. Another one is apt-get auto remove. Now, if you've got some program in there that you don't want anymore, like VLC, you could type that. I don't think it'll, it's not going to let me do it because I'm busy. But, oh, this is saying because I didn't run sudo. Can I uninstall while something else is installing? Yeah, see, we're locked because the other one is installing. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Now, with all these programs that have been downloaded, this looks like the Matrix, I know, but it's not. All it's doing is unpacking replacement libpull sed sp. That is just a package. So it's going to, well, it's moving quick, but it's going to prepare to unpack, then it's going to unpack, and then it's going to prepare to replace and replace. So simply all this stuff that looks crazy is just doing exactly what this is right here. I get rid of this, and this is all we're doing. It's pretty much just updating all these packages. But in the terminal, this is what it looks like, as we're going to start using that a little more. But don't worry about that. Xubuntu is installed. We're good to go. We can switch desktops on most Linux distributions. These are different desktops. I can go right back here where it's nice and clear and close my terminal. I can watch a movie in here. I don't think I have any. I definitely don't have any videos because I just installed. But let's say we got a movie going on here and I'm enjoying a movie. And then I've got something else. I'm waiting for this to update over here. I can switch over, check. Oh, yep, still good. Go back, enjoy my movie. This is a nice thing that for some reason Windows still hasn't caught on to multiple desktops, which most Linux users use often, because once you find out that you can, why not? So I'll go ahead and shut that down. I'll go ahead and shut this down. Get back out of here. I'm going to close this off. I'm not worried about updating because these are just going to delete when they're done. So now we have Xubuntu and Linux Mint. You've seen them both. You can pick what you want. Don't choose it by the backdrop or the wallpaper, I'm sorry. You can change all of that. It's just going to be playing around a lot until you figure out what you want. The next video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up a VirtualBox so that you can try them out. And you can try any Linux distribution out and see what you think.